I'm Kevin John, and there's no better way to kick off your Labor Day weekend than enjoying some high school football. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit biased. Anyway, we were all over the Sac Joaquin section last night and have a slew of games on deck. But first things first, we're going to kick this party off with our Pape Machinery Game of the Week. ABC 10's Matt George was hanging out at CER Ro High School all night long and brings us more.
It's Friday night. The crowd is here. The weather is perfect. We have everything we need for this week's Pape Machinery Game of the Week, and it features a young and up-and-coming Lincoln Fighting Zebras against a juggernaut CER Ro who has not lost here at home since October of 2021. You talk about a home field advantage. CER Ro High School has one of the best in the section, and they got the results to prove it. Of course, the Blue Crew always shows up, except this time they brought the whole rainbow with them. Rams head coach Chris Horner said that CASA games are more like events. Well, he wasn't lying. And the Rams opened this event on the ground with junior Braylon Blevins working his way up the middle for the night's opening touchdown. Fast forward to the second quarter now. A pair of touchdowns already on the board for CER Ro. And look at the cheeky flip from junior quarterback Connor Campbell to senior wide receiver Cole Owens, who just strolls into the corner of the end zone untouched. Put 6 more on the board for the Rams and give some style points while you're at it. We interrupt this highlight reel for a moment of zen and beautiful football sky. All right, back to the action. We know the Rams offense can score. Why not let this defense get involved? Big plays are easier to make with two-way stars like Owens, who jumps the flat route, picks this pass off, and has nothing but air between him and the goal line. A masterful performance on both ends of the ball for CER Ro as they shut out the Lincoln Fighting Zebras 42-0, improving to 3-0 on the season and keeping their nearly 2-year home winning streak alive.
What makes this team so good at home?
I don't know, it's just the home environment. Everybody shows out for the team, and we get it done.
So the dominance continues for the Rams at home, and they have earned this bye week, a well-deserved rest. However, it's going to be a lot of work ahead for CER Ro, as coming up next, they have SL juggernaut Del Oro on the schedule. But that's a problem for tomorrow. Tonight, it's celebrations from CER Ro High School. I'm Matt George, ABC 10 Sports.
Thank you, Matt. Well, the Rocklin Thunder have just been mollywhopping their opponents lately. No, really. So far through 2 games, Rocklin has outscored their opponents 73-3. Woo! No mercy. And their victims last night, the Buchanan Bears. Buchanan making the 200-mile trip from Clovis to Rocklin. And if you ask me, that's a long way to come to catch a beatdown. Now, the one thing about Rocklin, their student section always knows how to turn up. All right, to the game. Rocklin ball. Rafi Marino takes the handoff. And he says, I'm not sure what your plans are for tonight, but I got reservations for 6 at the end zone. That gave the Thunder a 7-0 lead. Next drive for Rocklin, Derek Keeley, he takes the handoff, and he's dodging defenders like me dodging mosquitoes this time of the year. He's brought down inside the 5. Keeley would finish off the drive with the touchdown. And how about that Thunder defense? Here in the second quarter, Tyler Ward gets the interception, and Tyler may not have an afro, but he knows what to do with a pick. Yeah, he takes that all the way back for the touchdown. This game, all Rocklin, they go on to defeat Buchanan 42-20. Next up, we're heading to Roseville, where the Wood Creek Timberwolves hosted the Consumnes Oaks Wolfpack. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Wood Creek in the red zone. That O-line parks like the Red Sea as James Williams runs it in for the touchdown. But here come the Wolfpack ensuing possession, and Marino Fragata looking like Dan Marino as he fires that pass into Elijah Taylor for the touchdown. All right, now to the second quarter. Wood Creek back on the attack. Dylan Perrault takes the pitch. He reaches pay dirt for the Wood Creek touchdown. This game, Wood Creek goes on to win their 3rd straight, defeating Consumnes Oaks 28-16. We're going to keep things going here. How's this for a turnaround season? Last year, the Pleasant Grove Eagles out of Elk Grove only won 1 game the entire season. So far this season, the Eagles have already doubled that win total. And last night, they had a great test from a great opponent. Let's head on over to West Park High School in Roseville, where the band is getting funky. The Eagles making the trip to face off against the Panthers. We'll pick this up in the second quarter. Pleasant Grove ball. Cole Davis is going to go deep and let it rip. And like a good neighbor, Marcus Tillotson is there. We're all tied at 14. Later in the second quarter, West Park claps back. Remember the name Weston Wade? He was running like Forrest Gump in this game. I mean, he had a field day for the Panthers. Wade had over 100 yards rushing on the night. West Park leaving no doubt in this game as they go on to hand Pleasant Grove their first loss of the season, winning by 11. Yes, next we're going to head to the campus of Rosemont High in Sacramento, where the student section doing everything they can to motivate the Wolverines. Rosemont hosting the Natomas Nighthawks on this evening. Early on, Natomas ball, Darius Hemingway buying time in the pocket. He throws up the jump ball, and Xavion Owens leaps up and grabs it like it's the winning lottery ticket. On 3 defenders, you just got mossed. Later on the drive, Hemingway through the air again, and LeBrandon Crawford, have some young man. He gets in for the touchdown. All right, let's fast forward to the second quarter. Rosemont claps back. Michael Cherry, where you at? He takes the handoff and will not be denied as he gets in for the touchdown. This game was back and forth. In the end, Rosemont went a little Bachman turnover overdrive. They took care of business, 40-18, the final. All right, we're going to keep this show going. I'm not tired yet. The Elk Grove Thundering Herd put up a 55-piece in their last game last week against Antelope. Last night, the Thundering Herd looking to keep that momentum going, and it's easy to keep the momentum going when you have abandoned student section like this lively one. Elk Grove hosting the Menlo Atherton Bears out of Atherton. All right, here in the first quarter, Elk Grove wasting no time getting busy. In the first, Michael Williams takes the pitch. He's so fast the cameraman can't even keep up. Elk Grove takes an early 7-0 lead. All right, let's fast forward to the second quarter. Menlo Atherton in the red zone. Mordecai Lange, great name. He takes the handoff. This kid is not stopping until he reaches the end zone. Oh, he drinks milk. This one was close, but in the end, the Bears escape with a 20-14 victory. Next up, we're heading to Capital Christian High School in Sacramento. Check out the world-famous Capital Christian Band. They were jamming all night long. The Cougars hosting the San Joaquin Memorial Panthers out of Fresno. Let's pick this up in the first. Cougars driving. Cash Larson is going to throw a dart to Titus White across the middle. And Titus making it do what it do. Now, same drive, after a series of penalties, it's 4th and goal for the Cougars. Max Ellison is going to find his man, Mr. White, across the middle, but he stopped a few yards short of the goal line. Panthers take over on loss of downs. And Jordan Tolbert takes the snap, and he says, I'll just do the dirty work myself. He beats in for the touchdown. This one, all San Joaquin Memorial. They win 38-14. Next, let's head on over to Galt, where the Warriors hosted the Colfax Falcons. If you're a Galt fan, just look away. We'll pick this up in the third quarter. Falcons already up 30-7, but Sammy Lombard doesn't think that's enough. He catches the pass across the middle, and just like teenagers running home on a Friday night to make curfew, Sammy running this one all the way to the house. This one, all Colfax, they fly away with the 44-13 victory. All right, now over in Fresno, Turlock was there to take on the Central High School Grizzlies. Now look at this run right here from senior player caller Vincent Gonzalez as he keeps it himself. A little face mask there at the end. Stripes, did you see that? Well, they'd eventually get points on the board. Mateo Valencia boots this one through the uprights. Later on, you like defense? You like interceptions? Well, say no more. You know who else likes them? Colton Mosh. All hands team as he picks this ball off. Central would get it together. Here's a touchdown a little bit later on from Earl Riley, the fourth to E.J. Morgan. Now Central would go on to pull this one out 28-18. All right, next we're going to head to Hughes Stadium in Sacramento, where the McClatchy Lions hosted the Nevada Union Miners. This game was not pretty at all for McClatchy. Early on, Nevada Union ball, that's quarterback Dustin Philpott calling his own number, getting in for the touchdown. And the Miners were all gas, no breaks in this one. Later on, Philpott this time going through the air. He connects with the wide open Austin Putman in the back of the end zone. May want to guard that guy. Now later on, Dustin Philpott going deep. And like a good neighbor, Max McMaster is there. Ooh, with a nice diving catch. By the way, Max McMaster may be the greatest football name of all time. Anyway, this one was all Nevada Union. They go on to win 55-0. Now, real quick, guys, remember you can start voting for next Friday's Game of the Week right now. Here are the candidates: Antelope at Granite Bay, Burbank at Rio Americano, Laguna Creek at Pleasant Grove, Lincoln at Stockton at Del Oro, and Galt at Natomas. You can vote as many times as you want. We have the voting poll on our website, abc10.com. So vote now and vote often. All right, guys. Well, you're probably sick of me by now. That is my time.